This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Yo, what's up, K-Gun? Hey, what's up, Facebook PC users, man? We're back. We're back, baby. It was a glitch, and it sucked, but we're back for Season 3, Episode 14. We're talking about your over-unders. We're talking about all sorts of Bills-related stuff. Let's get this started right now. My boy, Mike Voigt, he had a great question to start this off. So while the intro is rolling, I want you guys to think of this. He said, so we all want a perfect season this year, but realistically, how many losses does everyone think we will have by week 18? You think about that while this intro rolls.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us here on this beautiful Tuesday. The best part of my day. I had a crappy day, and I'm so glad that you guys are here. Speaking of who I'm glad that is here, I got those rambunctious Reed twins with me. Down there, I got Mr. Jarrod.
FLX Mafia representing.
Okay, yeah, we got to work on it. You're doing good, doing better. Then over here, we got my boy, Mr. Scotty, Scooter Magooter.
Hey, let's get Steve Tasker and Kenton Hall in the Hall of Fame, guys. Let's do it.
Ooh, I like it. We're live right now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Share, comment. Why should you comment tonight, Jarrod? Why should you comment?
Well, we wanna get rid of this thing. It's a Jarius Byrd autographed rookie card.
Wow.
With a nice little signature right there.
Hell yeah.
Rookie authentic.
How do you get it?
All you need to do is leave a comment in the live show tonight, and then next Tuesday we'll put you on the Fandemonium Wheel of Destiny, spin that baby, and we'll find out who the winner is. Destiny.
Speaking of which,
Swank, I think we have a winner this week. We did I don't know if you've all checked out on 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. We have a sister page called FLX Mafia. It's a fun little page that we created to get the Finger Lakes area recognized for their crazy Mafia Bills fans. So
yeah.
FLX Mafia, check it out. We did a little thing. We just did, you tag a couple people on our posts, you're entered to win this lovely guy, Dane Jackson rookie card.
ooh.
There we go.
Now listen,
I want that.
I don't want anybody to be intimidated by the way that this giveaway ran off. It's a crazy, crazy giveaway. Probably one of the most enormous giveaways that we've ever done as far as
I had a hard time
volume.
keeping track of the names coming in, Swank,
Dude,
I'm telling you.
Volume of participation. I'm just going to show you guys. All right. There you go.
It's a new page.
Pete
It's a new page.
and Ryan.
There you go, Pete and Ryan. So we're going to spin this Fandemonium Wheel of Destiny, we call it, to see who the winner of this Dane Jackson rookie card is.
Hell yeah. You guys ready?
Ready, let's do it.
There we go.
Spin that wheel!
Oh, we go. 50%. Blue or red. Mr. Ryan Vine.
Congrats,
Safe to
Ryan
say.
Vine. You got yourself a Dane Jackson card. But wait!
Oh.
There's more!
Oh, man. What?
Hey, Pete.
What is it?
We're gonna give you this Ray McLeod
There you
signed
go.
card, rookie card too, for participating.
There you go.
There you go. I'm
Now
gonna hand
listen.
that out to you.
That's what you get.
That's what
with
the K-Gun Report
the
will do
K-Gun
for you.
Report, man. Yeah, absolutely. If there's only two, guess what? We love both of you. But next time, we'll have more participation for sure.
We'll have 3 up next time.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right,
But
let's.
that's up for tonight, guys. Leave a comment during the live stream. You're up to win that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
leave a comment just like our boy Mike did with this posed question. So I want a perfect season this year, but realistically, how many losses does everyone think we will have by week 18? We got 24/7 Buff Fandemonium fave, Mr. Rob Mullen saying 4 losses. Again, another fave, Paul Rossi saying 4 losses. Again, another fave, Troy Pedito saying 3 losses. Mike says 3 or 4. Patrick Hughes says, perfect season to me is Josh Allen holding the Super Bowl trophy. I like it.
Yep.
Jeff says 3. Paul Rossi says, from your mouth to God's ears. That's goddamn right. Rob says, tough start to the season before the bye week, up to 3 losses because we've always started slow in the McDermott era. Fair point, man. Fair point. let's see.
If Josh Allen and that offense stays healthy and that defense stays healthy, which we all want to do, the Buffalo Bills will go 17-0 this year. That's my opinion.
I think that's the way we called it last year when we did our rank or whatever, our like rank position, whatever.
We
This
did
ain't
it by game, I think, right?
1972.
Yeah.
This isn't the Miami Dolphins. They had a great defense, good offense. This is 1972. This is in 2007, I believe, was the year that the Patriots went undefeated. And what good is an undefeated season if you haven't won the Super Bowl? So I agree. If Josh Allen is holding up that trophy at the end of the year, that's all I care about. Whether it's 10-7, 11-6, or 17-0. Perfect season would be nice, but sometimes you need that loss to humble you a little bit and you learn what mistakes to fix.
We've seen that happen too in recent history.
We got our boy Buffalo Spartan here with
This is Sparta.
he's got some breaking news. Well, it broke his helmet anyway. I saw this post that he did yesterday. He said, took a golf ball to the helmet yesterday, a while volunteering at first annual Poncho's Army Golf Tournament and cracked it. Only made it 9 days. Crazy. Only you, my dude.
Did you have it insured?
Yeah. Oh, man. Tom says he's got Facebook here in Vegas. Sweet, man. Thanks for joining in. We got Byrdo, Ellen Lartz, Nicole. She looks like a new name. What's up? Thanks for joining in.
Vargovich. Yep, welcome.
We
He
got,
says 2 losses. I like that.
yeah.
There you go.
Daniel says he made it. What's up, buddy?
Well, Daniel's
Patrick-
been working, I believe, a lot, so he's been trying to make the show. So welcome back, Daniel.
Yeah. Patrick says, damn, I wanted a Swank rookie card. That's a good idea. We could do those.
You don't want that. The corners are all curled in. It's got a coffee stain on it. So
Nanny coffee. No. I'll definitely sign it for you, Patrick. Let's see. Man,
we got a lot of conversation going on right now. I love it.
there's a lot,
And you're-
man. I got to tell you, our boy Eater, he pops in with "Go Bills, Go Bill, Goes Bills," and I gotta say, it's important that he came in tonight because he's our Fandemonium fan profile of the week. If y'all haven't noticed, why don't you tell him a little bit about that, Scotty?
Yeah, we do a fan profile of the week every Sunday. We love our fans, guys. We wouldn't be here without you. I say that always. It's not cliche. We believe it from the bottom of our hearts. Eater's one of the OGs. He's been there since day one, watching our show, getting involved in the page. He joined us live with our draft last year from the kitchen. So I love every minute of it with Eater. He's a diehard 24/7 Buff Fandemonium fan. The K-Gun Report. We love it, Eater, and thank you very much, my friend.
100%, man. Eater's been here since damn near day one. I think when we were streaming to like 2 or 3 people, Eater was one, if not 2 of them, on 2 separate accounts. So
Yes.
we were lucky enough that first draft party that we did there to talk with him for a while, and he called in while he was at work. And man, thanks for making us feel so damn special, dude. You're a great guy, and we love the hell out of you.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he was making wings. He was making
Yeah.
chicken wings, I remember.
Yeah, down in
And
Miami,
he called
right?
in and he's like, I might get in trouble by my boss, but I don't care. So, yeah, it was awesome. It was a great night. Welcome, Eater.
We got
As
Uncle
always.
James saying undefeated. Gary Johnson, hey, what's up, Gary? Oh man,
Gary Richardson.
is that what I said? No, yeah,
You said
it is.
Johnson.
Did I
What's
say
up, Gary
Johnson?
Richardson?
Oh, dude, I was reading John's name.
Oh,
Gary
Janssen.
John
It's a
Johnson.
silent J.
Johnson. Going yogging. And Mike Voice says, coffee, beer stains look the same. That's damn right, buddy.
So,
Well-
Swank, how many wins do you think the Bills are going to get this year? They're not going undefeated. Did you give us a number yet?
I have not given you a number yet. I'm going 3, and I think one's going to be very unexpected. One you're going to expect, and the other one's just going to be in garbage time at the end of the year when they already got the number 1 seed sewn up. So
I like it.
that's where I'm at. I don't know which of the big teams is going to be that loss. I got a bad feeling about Green Bay, but also a very good feeling about Green Bay.
Yep.
You just never know with Aaron Rodgers. So
Yep.
I'm kind of.
I mean, yeah, we have the Rams, we have the Titans, we have the Chiefs, we have the Packers. We got our own division. It is going to be tough for sure. There's got to be something somewhere.
I think if they beat the Rams, I might be on that homer undefeated train. If they come out swinging and just stomp them out, and I really can't see it going any other way. Like I think that they're going to come out ready to play, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah. Swank and Scott.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, buddy.
I was gonna ask you a question because I saw this post earlier today before we get to the over/under. I was gonna ask for the whole NFL, but I just want for the AFC East. Which fan base is the most delusional in the AFC East? Did you see this question?
No, I didn't see it.
I didn't
one
look
do
at
you
the thread, but yeah, you mean outside of us, obviously.
Yeah, outside of us, because we're crazy and we expect to get big things this year because we've had great seasons coming up to this. But what team out of the three remaining has the most delusional fan base?
I'm going to say, man, you can make arguments for any of them right now. But as far as like drop off, it's got to be New England for me, man. Like they think just because they were a dynasty, they are still a dynasty. Mm-hmm. And if I have to hear one more thing about Mac Jones and how great he played and all, like, mediocre game manager at best and whatever, I know he's young and it's fine, but get off this guy's jock, man. You know, I just, you didn't do that much to help him out. You know, Devontae Parker, sure. I mean, you always got a good line there, but there's about 7 or 8 D linemen in Buffalo that are going to eat him up for breakfast.
Jarrod, it's a toss-up between Miami and the Jets for me, only because Miami improved their offensive line a little bit, but not enough, and Miami fans still believe Tua is the answer. Jets fans, they did a lot of moves. They did defensive moves and offensive moves, specialty, but their offensive line wasn't touched, and that was the biggest issue. The Jets last week had a highlight that was very Miami Dolphin-esque. The fact that Zach Wilson moved up in the pocket, which would have been a sack anywhere else, pumped a couple times, and then threw one deep to Elijah Moore. The coverage was broken because everybody believed it was a sack, but that's one of their highlights. They think they're going to have that connection all year. Their offensive line was not addressed. They need to protect him. Didn't happen. Delusional Jet fans.
I heard this interesting thing about Zach Wilson today, that some New York beat reporter said that Zach Wilson doesn't have to be Tom Brady in his second year. And I was like, yeah.
For
like,
what?
Who would ever expect that? You know what I mean? Like, oh, he doesn't have to be Tom Brady. Like, then they were talking about, like, what quarterbacks would he perform as that would be an improvement but more realistic, right?
Zach
like, because
Wilson, he needs to be himself under that offense.
For sure. And that was my answer too. But then people were comparing it to like a Carson Wentz or something like that. And it's like, if you have to play up to get to Carson Wentz's status, like, okay, Mac Jones, you could play like Mac Jones last year, and I guess you could consider that a success, right? Like, it's a step up. But I just found it interesting.
My answer, I've been going back and forth with this, is to be perfectly honest with you, like, you have to be humble as a fan base. And throughout the drought years, we all thought that the year coming in was going to be a better year, that, we were delusional Bills fans for a while. So being in that part of the game, I think a fan base thinking that their team is going to be successful right now in this time of year, I think there's no reason why they shouldn't be. I mean, everyone should be happy and hopeful for their team, but you got to, looking to the other teams in the division, like the Bills and New England, maybe is probably the second best. Be hopeful, but you have to be understanding that the Bills are rocking right now. They have a roster on their team that's amazing, and there's another two, other teams in the AFC that are like that. So be positive for your own team, but then when it comes down to the season, don't sit there and compare Josh Allen to Tua and say they're the same person in year two. You know what I mean? It's like, so It's hard for me to smash somebody for being hopeful for their team, but at the same time, it's like you got to see actually what's going on.
You're right, man. For me, it's just like a little frustrating because, like, I think I've said it on the show before. It's like everybody went from dogging Josh Allen to like no apologies praising Josh Allen, right? Like it was like this night and day. And I guarantee you, if he loses 2 games in the first 6 weeks this year, they're going to be all over him. you know, and it's not safe. You have to keep that level of play up in Buffalo for he's got to do it the rest of his career just to keep the boo birds and the naysayers away from him, right? But now all these like fan bases that hated on Josh Allen, hated on Buffalo, are just dying to compare their quarterback to Josh Allen, you know?
Right.
The thing he did from year 1 to year 2 was insane. And then from year 2 to year 3 was insane. Like, so it's like a diamond in the rough, but everybody wants to be, they want their quarterback to be Josh Allen.
Right.
And that's nuts.
And the Jets fans, Dolphins fans, and Patriots fans, yes, your team's getting better throughout the draft and free agency, but Bean has done something the last couple of years that I didn't see coming. He made 2 years ago team even better last year, and he made last year's team even better this year. So he's making all the right moves. Our team is stacked from position number 1 to position number 53. And yes, your teams are getting better, but you've yet to compete, I believe, and do the things the Buffalo Bills have done as far as making moves. So good luck to them. You're getting better, but so are the Bills.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all about our division being strong, because I think it keeps us sharp and rolling into these playoffs. And you know, I don't want easy wins. I mean, like I said earlier, I'd love for every game to be a blowout. Buffalo wins by 40 points, and I would watch every second of it, because we've earned that as a fan base to watch every single second of that, every single game. But stiff competition, knowing that the Bills can hang with and beat good teams, like, I'm all for that. And you guys should be too, man.
Hell yeah.
So you guys want to get into this over-under?
Yeah, this could be fun. It's going to be fun.
Sure. All right, so if you were paying attention to any of our Twitters or anything like that, you would see that our boy Scott over here put out a bunch of polls, a bunch of over-under polls. And, you know, you guys could vote on them. We have the results here. We wanted to have a good discussion. We're going to try and keep the show right to 9 o'clock tonight, because Scott's got a hot date.
Overtime.
So the first thing that we're getting going here was 40 touchdown passes for JA17. Over or under? Now the fans picked over. Scott said that only 2 QBs had 40 or more in 2021, and that was Brady and Stafford.
Correct. Yep. With the way defenses are run now, I know it's a pass-heavy league now, but defenses are smartening up. Corners are getting faster, smarter, stronger. So it's becoming a little more difficult to be able to throw for all the. I mean, the yards are there, but the touchdowns, those red zones, are sharpening up pretty good. So the touchdowns are hard to come by. I agree with the fans. I went over. I see the Buffalo Bills improving from last year. They solved that Cole Beasley issue with the Jameson Crowder, who I do believe is a better route runner, but more importantly, a better yak runner, the yards after catch. I believe what they did in the draft with James Cook is an amazing feature that they added to the Bills' backfield to help out Singletary. He's not taking a spot. We'll get there later, but he's going to be a dynamic receiver out of the backfield. And he potentially is going to have 20, 30, 40 catches that could raise up Josh's chances of becoming reaching that 40-plus mark receiving. I think Gabe Davis has got the chance to shine, as well deserved. And like I mentioned earlier, this Bills offense is, I didn't think it could get better, and it definitely did. So I'm very excited. I think 40 is feasible. Also due to the fact that there's 17 games in the season now. So I'm excited for Josh Allen. You know, he's going to come ready to play football after the last 2 seasons, and knowing the things that he's worked on in the preseason. He'll be ready for it. 40 plus, I agree.
What do you got, Jerry?
40 plus. Yeah, it's definitely going to be over. All the things Scott just mentioned, plus that new line that they're putting together. This offense is going to be just crazy. I think it's going to be firing all cylinders. They're going to have hiccups, obviously, because they're playing against professional teams, and that's what happens, and they'll have to adjust. But I think they got the right core there. They got the right coaching staff. They have the nice line that they can have many pieces to put together. They have a lot of talent at the offensive line now. And adding, I think the big factor is going to be Devin Singletary, 50 balls thrown him last year, 40 catches out of the backfield. Great high percentage of catch, great yards after catch. And adding Cook to that mixture is just going to add something a little bit different. And I think the biggest factor is going to be Crowder and Cook being the additions plus the line of Allen getting 40 plus. So it's going to be exciting offense to watch. Get your popcorn ready.
Ooh, look at that reference. I obviously agree with you too, and there's not a whole lot left for me to say at this point. I did want to pose a question to you guys. Did you consider, honestly now, last year was Josh Allen, before the season started, considered an elite quarterback, or did he earn that status going in to this year? Because I think that we can all agree that coming into the 2022 season, he is an elite quarterback. Agreed?
Agreed.
Top tier, 3 other guys, 2 other guys, whatever.
Yep.
Was he that going into last season, or did he earn it and now it's solidified for this season?
He had the whispers of eliteness. And then this past year, he just took that hammer and drove that nail into the board.
It wasn't quite
consistency.
There. Now,
he wasn't quite there. We as Bills fans thought he was there because he's our quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
But looking over the whole NFL, they would have put him obviously not in that elite category. But after watching the season and watching him in the playoffs, he took that hammer and just nailed it in. So, yeah, this year definitely, end of this year, he definitely got there, and he's going to be that from here on out.
Almost 70% passing in 2020, 4,500 passing yards. He had more touchdowns than he did this year, I believe, this past year. I think in 2020 he was elite. 2021 confirmed it. Yeah. So I think to answer that question, I think he's been elite for 2 years. We just knew about it because we wanted consistency, correct? Mm-hmm. So with him being consistent last year, I think that definitely makes him elite. Definitely.
Beautiful. A lot of people are agreeing. Earned it. He validated it last year. Matthew Mentz, Brent Thomason. Josh's name is coming out of everyone's mouth after last year. I really think that the answer that I would go with is Buffalo knew it, like you said, Jarrod, and that Kansas City playoff game completely solidified it. And how unique is it that in a loss, a quarterback solidified his legend, right? And now we just get to ride it out and watch him for the next 15 years. All right, guys.
I mean, you saw what happened when the guy understands the playbook. He lost his offensive coordinator. Now there's a guy coming in that said everything's gonna be the same plays, same verbiage, different mind, different voice in the headset, different philosophy. So that is allowing you to broaden your playbook. And this is just going to open things up for Josh Allen that every year we don't think we saw the full Josh Allen, and this is going to be the same year. We haven't seen it all yet. So I'm excited for it. And yes, he's elite, and he's going to be even more elite after this year, hopefully.
I'm going to tell you, I heard something amazing twice now. A week ago, I heard that Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs were in midseason form, without pads, whatever, but just like nothing happened, like they picked up right where they left off. And I can't remember who said it, but the second time I heard the same exact thing, but I heard that Ken Dorsey has this offense in midseason form and they are ready to compete right now. And do you know who said that?
Defensive guy?
Sean McDermott said that. That's a quote from your head coach, Sean McDermott. And
he doesn't say much.
Ever heard him say anything that blatant this early, you know? Yeah.
Goosebumps.
I know. I read that article and I was like, what the hell? Like,
you know who that benefits, Swank?
Everyone.
That benefits that defense.
Yeah.
Everybody. But if that defense is going against a mid-formed offense, Josh Allen-led offense, that defense is getting some – I've heard good things from Elam too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if they're all sharp right now and they're honing in their skills and they just have to get out there and play against somebody else, we're going to see. And 17-0, that's why I said undefeated.
All right, guys, moving this along. The next one was over or under 1,000 yards rushing for Mr. Singletary, I'm assuming. Yes.
Yep.
Here we
Singletary needs 58 yards a game to get 1,000 yards rushing for the season. We, again, beefed up our line of scrimmage, so I think that's going to be beneficial. We've said it from week in and week out that it's going to be efficiency It's going to be quality, not quantity. My bold prediction right now is that this young man's going to average over 5 yards a carry this year, and that's going to solidify over 1,000 yards before. Because a lot of people want to say only because he's getting 1,000 yards because there's 17 games now. Guarantee by week 16, a regular traditional season, he has 1,000 yards rushing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You heard it right now. Jerry's guarantee on the season. Go ahead, Scooter.
So,
there's a lot to take from this question. I don't think many fans have liked Devin Singletary since day one. And Bills fans have to understand that he's not going to tote the ball 200 times a game, never will. Remember, he averaged 4.6 yards a carry, 880 something yards rushing last year under a Dable offense. Look back at Dable's statistics as an offensive coordinator, and he's never been good at offensive running ever. And the only reason he did it this year is just to keep people honest. And he ran Devin Singletary up the middle many times. We've got a running line now with Saffold taking over Feliciano, and Ryan Bates is a wonderful addition to the right guard position. I think our offensive line is manned now to run the ball a little more efficiently. I agree with you, Jarrod. 5 yards a carry would be wonderful, and I believe that can happen, but he's got to do it under limited carries. I do not think Singletary is going to lose his spot to James Cook. You guys got to understand that James Cook was not brought in to be the number one guy. The Bills addressed J.D. McKissick. They got Johnson back there, Duke Johnson. They had that specific look for the third down running back, and they stole a guy in James Cook in the draft. I think James Cook is going to be someone that is going to get the catches out of the backfield in third down and spell Singletary a little bit, but Singletary will not lose snaps to James Cook this year. I do not believe that. He's on his last year of his contract. So I see it, 58 yards a game. I could see him doing that very easily, especially with this revamped line, a better offensive coordinator. And, when you have the offensive weapons the Bills do as far as receivers, you're not going to put 7-man in the box. You're going to spread it out a little more, and Devin Singletary is going to be one of those Pro Bowl running backs this year. Only 7 guys had 1,000 yards last year.
Really?
it's crazy.
I didn't know that stat. That's crazy. I'd say out of your take there, I love that you've already said that we have a better offensive coordinator. Just because we all hated Dable so much.
Here's another thing to think about, guys, is the fact that we have this new wide receiver core in there. We have this new line blocking for Allen. If Josh Allen's going to throw for over 40 touchdowns and that offensive passing game is going to be humming, that means third and fourth quarter running is going to increase. That means Singletary, Moss, Cook, whoever you have back there is going to be running against guys who are winded. So that's another reason to think that he might get 5 carries in the first half, but he's going to get 10 in the second half. And that 10 is going to put him over 60 yards per game. So if things go how we want it, where the offense is just going to be zinging, that they're going to be running the ball a lot in that second half.
Can I say?
Name, I'm over the track. Yeah, I said it. What you need to do is get back to...
I just want to throw this in there. Out of the 7 guys that had 1,000 yards rushing, Devin Singletary had a higher average per rush than 4 of those guys.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about the carries, guys, and the average per. It's an average per carry to me. To be honest with you, that's a big stat.
So I'm going to say, we haven't said this yet, but the Fandemonium chose under. I've been throwing up a lot of, it's pretty much split right now in the comments over or under. I voted under, and I'll tell you why. I believe in Motor 100%. I think that a couple weeks ago I compared him to the way that Freddie was kind of viewed and treated here in Buffalo and had to earn it and scrap back and do all that stuff. And continuously he did it. And I think Motor has not failed this team in any respect. I think what is happening now, and a lot of people in the comments have kind of like thrown that in, Cook is here now. You're going to want to play with your new toy a little bit. I want to think that he'll get 1,000 yards. I just think that the way, well, and I know it's a different OC now and everything, and we have beefier guys up front, but I still think they're going to spread it out in the back there enough to where maybe he won't get 1,000 yards rushing. To Rob Mullen's point, definitely 1,000 yards from scrimmage. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think I'm more on that boat, but I definitely see where you guys are, and I want that to happen. Hell, I want him to get 1,000, and I want Cook to get 700. Let's do that. I'm going with that.
It's just one of those things. You'd love to see it happen, but I don't think the Bills offense asks for it. And we all saw how Devin Singletary, without getting a lot of carries, how effective he was the later games and into the playoffs. And so I'd rather him be healthy for the playoffs and running his tail off and getting big yards, chunk yards during that time.
How exciting would it be to think that they could turn it on and off whenever they wanted? That's what I want. I want them to throw bombs when they want to throw bombs early in the game, and then when they need to just grind out the rest of the game, feed Singletary, feed Cook, feed Moss, feed whoever's back there, and just run clock and march down the field. Like, I would love if they could turn it on and off like that. That would just make my whole day. The most complete team that you can possibly be. That's what I want. Of course, it's so exciting to watch Josh Allen throw bombs, and I'll watch that all day. That's fine. But to be multi-dimensional in a true fashion and finish games that way and just take away the other team's spirit, that is what I want to see.
I got a question for you both really quick. Considering Devin Singletary, you mentioned that if it's total yards from scrimmage over 1,000, this past year was the first year he had where he had over 1,000 yards total from scrimmage with 1,098. Over or under 1,100 yards from scrimmage this year?
Over.
Yeah, I'd say over too. All right. Yeah, I didn't know. That's the first year. This past year was the first time he went over 1,000 yards, total yards from scrimmage. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's getting better every year. Watch out.
That's right. All right. The next over-under on your episode 14, season 3 version of the K-Gun report is 110 receptions over and under. And don't forget, you could win that Jarius Byrd rookie card that Jerry's holding up down there. You know, all you got to do is keep commenting. I'm looking at the stats right now. Over on Facebook, we got 163 comments. You know what I mean?
Damn.
You guys are kicking ass. Love it.
Love you guys, man. So, 110 receptions, over or under? Let's start with Jarrod. What do you got, buddy?
I'm saying over because there's this kind of weird balance that people are throwing. I've read a lot of comments out there this week. With the added talent to the Buffalo Bills receiving core, they don't feel like Stephon Diggs will be over 110 because there's a lot more receivers to throw to. In that same argument, there's a lot more receivers to throw to. So that's going to leave Diggs open more. So I'm going over. If he's healthy all season, I'm going way over. Because if they do try to lock down Stephon Diggs, somebody else is going to get the ball, and they're going to have to stop him. And before they know it's too late, and Diggs is getting passes thrown back his way. So I'm going over only because we do have more weapons on the offense. We have a better line. The Bills' offense is going to be more efficient. He might have less targets, but he's going to have more catches.
I like
Yeah,
it.
this one is a tough one for me, Swank. Joshua Williams says over. Notorious Diggs, let's go.
Oh, yeah, I got
Joshua Williams, love you, friend. Thank you for throwing some props out our way. He was wearing a Notorious Diggs shirt that we created, Swank created for 24/7 Buff Pandemonium.
Hell yeah.
We do have four left XL, so if anybody's interested, it's $15. Boom.
Yo, I just want to say really fast on that to coattail off that. That is like some of the biggest support that you guys can give us is like sharing those pictures and spreading it around. Just off that picture alone, Josh, I don't know if you know this, but we've got people that messaged us about that shirt, and you know, it's so cool to organically grow like that and have support from you guys. So, you know, money or not doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Sharing, spreading, telling people what's up, coming to the Rager, all that stuff, like that's where the gold is for us. If you want to help 24/7 Buff Pandemonium grow. So, thank you very much. You guys do a lot of that, and we appreciate it. And it don't cost nothing. Hell yeah.
Right.
Rob Mullen did bring up a good point, under especially if the running game is in third and fourth quarter, and that's what I said. I'm hoping that the run game will be increased but in order for Diggs to get 110 receptions, he needs 6.4 a game. So that's the number. And He'll hit 14 sometimes and he'll hit 5 sometimes, but it will average about 7.
I'm so glad you mentioned numbers, Jarrod.
You got your notebook?
In 2020,
No,
he had
nothing.
127 catches. He caught the ball at a 76.5% rate. In 2021, he had 103 catches, 2 less targets with a 63% catching rate. So I think his 100 to 110 all depends on his percentage. He's getting the targets. I don't see his targets dropping too much. So I believe I had a hard time with this. I said under, and I do think it's because of the fact I do think they're going to run the ball a little more. And I think with Jamison Crowder, Knox is now very familiar with Josh Allen and coming into his own. I think he's coming to his own. And the addition of Khalil Shakir and James Cook, I think all those additions to that offense, threat-wise, passing, and like I said, the running game, I think he'll hit 100, but 100 is the reach. And if he can increase his catch percentage, I think it's doable. But he's got to put up another 78% like he did that one year.
Well, the fans picked over, and I got to say, I'm with the masses. And the reason I think that is because, yes, there are other people on this team that are emerging. You got your Gabe Davises, like Uncle Jane brought up. You got your Dawson Knox. You got your Crowder. You got all these guys, man. And I tell you what, Stephon Diggs is. He is the best route runner in the NFL. So I don't think you can afford to double team Stephon Diggs as much as you did last year. I think you're going to have to pay attention further down the line. And I think he's good enough to not give a damn if you're double teaming him. Notorious.
Notorious.
We're rolling, boys. We're rolling.
There's only 3 receivers last year that had 110 or more. Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, and Cooper Kupp.
And out
Tyreek Hill caught most of them under 10 yards, right?
Out of that list.
After he beat his kid, then he caught him. That's what I heard.
Out of that list, I think only one of those dudes is probably going to catch that many this year, and I think that's Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Right, yeah. Yep.
I don't think Tyreek's not going to get anywhere near that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's going to be a sad year for Mr. Tyreek Hill. All right, Fandemonium. 50 sacks over or under for this defense. I'll spoil it right off the bat and say the fans picked over.
Yeah.
Have I lit off on one? Can I lead off on this one?
Light off. Go ahead,
I'll
Swank.
lead off on this. All right. I'm going to say that's a hard number to hit, and we haven't hit it in a long time. But we're going to do it this year, boys and girls. Set your little tickers. Get your little, what is it, abacus? So you can slide them over every time because Vaughn's hitting double digits. I'm going to go and be as bold to say that Greg Rousseau is going to hit at least 10 sacks this year.
Yeah.
We going for it, boys.
I like that.
We're going for it hard. And he's going to solidify that other side, and it's going to make it real hard for him to bench him and Vaughn at the same time. And then you're talking about Jordan Phillips, man. Jordan Phillips was a sack leader on this team 2 years ago. 3 years ago? 3 years ago? 3 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yep.
2 years ago.
2018, so almost 4 years ago.
Almost 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else was? Mr. Shaq Lawson.
Shaq Lawson?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think you got some dudes that went other places that are coming home, and they're excited to be here. And that's like kind of like the bottom of it. I haven't even talked about your Ed Olivers. I haven't talked about your AJ Epinesa, who, by the way, could finally do that second-year leap, which I wanted him to do a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? Like, he's looking good. Boogie cut down some weight, man. They said they didn't even recognize him when he came in. There is some dude. Ed Oliver. Tim I haven't even listed them all, man.
Daquan Jones.
Daquan Jones. The sleeper pick that everyone is forgetting about. It's so insane how this line is going to be set up. And Leslie Frazier is licking his chops, man. He just cannot wait for this. So, I say 50. I say hell yeah, over for me. I'm with them. I'm with the fans. What do you think, Scott?
Over. Magic number 73. It'll beat the Chicago Bears record when they ran that 46 defense. I think they have the talent to do it. Von Miller, He says he wants that 200 mark from Bruce Smith. He needs to average about 17 sacks a season for the next 6 years. So he's got to get to double digits. I'm with you. Russo, guys, understand that Russo missed a whole year of college before his first NFL season, and then he had to endure the preseason, the offseason, and a regular season in the NFL. The guy was not even half of what he could have been. We saw the potential. So he's going to be wrecking
half
through.
the man he used to be.
And this revamped, high-powered offense, it's no longer Swank. We talked a while ago about how Harrison Phillips was the calming for Ed Oliver. I think they're all crazy now. Tim Settle's got something to prove because he played behind that defensive line in Washington where he was shadowed. He was a shadow to those guys. And now he has something to prove. Daquan Jones, a veteran that's going to bring a presence. That defensive line is going to be all over the place. They're going to be, especially, if they can get Russo, Von Miller, Oliver together on majority of the snaps, we're going to see that record being pushed. 73 sacks, guys. I think it can happen. 17-game season. Let's bring the pressure. I think they got it.
Ooh,
you seem kind of excited there, bro. Ooh.
Dude,
it's a different kind of defense because not only bringing Jordan Phillips back and Shaq Lawson, who's one of my favorite players and still has his jersey. Those guys played on a pretty stout run defense when they played in 2018. And combined, they still brought down the quarterback 17 times. So just those guys alone was something to prove on top of these young bucks and then Von Miller. Man, oh man, guys, this is going to be fun to watch. And they have to, because Kaiir Elam is a rookie and Trey White won't be back. So they have to create the pressure to wreak havoc for that secondary. And I think that's Leslie Frazier knows this. If we know this, he knows this. And I just can't wait to see what this defensive line is going to bring.
This is one of those points that we brought up a couple weeks ago. And if that line creates more pressure and wreaks more havoc in the backfield, it'll make it easier for our young corners and inexperienced corners to adjust and actually can make them look like geniuses. It could be the whole reason that Bean was completely chill about this cornerback situation the whole offseason so far. So it's a good thing to remember and a good thing to hold on to. Jerry, what do you got, buddy?
What do I have? I have Nicole. Our defense is stacked to sack. I like that statement. I think it's going to be over. Definitely going to be over. And the main thing is it's a team game, right? You got all three facets of the game that are important. That offense is going to be dinging the whole game. So they're going to be getting a lead. Teams are going to be forced to pass the ball. And we're going to be putting our ears back and getting after it. The improvement of the rookies the last couple of years, the guys that are in year 2 and 3 coming in here, is going to be vastly pushed fast forward because of Mr. Von Miller joining the team. His veteran and Phillips and Lawson, those guys are veterans too. So we have a lot of good talent coming back, and Von Miller just coming in. That's going to just wreak havoc on this line and make it special. And the fact that you mentioned again, Swank, that the pressure from the defensive line is going to make those CBs game a little bit less stress. What's also going to make it less stress is Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde back there, and those two guys are crazy as well. So as long as they have the sandwich is pretty legit on each side and the meat in the middle can have fun doing whatever they want to and learning the game, it's going to be sick. It's going to be sick, and 40-plus easy. It was at 50 plus sacks is going to be something we might see before the last quarter of the season starts.
It's 3 sacks a game. 3 sacks a game.
That sandwich reference was brought to you by Jarrod Reed and tonight's comment, if you will, to win a Jarius Byrd rookie football card. Look at that thing, man. Jarius Byrd, one of my favorite drought cornerbacks, voted as the Fandemonium 2 weeks ago. Was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Him and Aaron Williams are our top safeties for sure.
Yes, sir.
I like what Rob Mullen has to say. Guys, this Bernard guy that the Bills drafted, I dubbed him Milano 2.0, and they needed to find someone to replace A.J. Klein. I think he's going to do a great job doing it, covering the passer. But the guy is known for his sure tackling, and you watch his film in college, he's a sure tackler in the backfield. So I can see them bringing blitz packages with him. He might play that Lorenzo Alexander role that he brought to the table for Buffalo. Lot of hype, a lot of hope for Bernard for sure. Thanks for bringing it up, Rob.
His name, I'm over the track. Yeah, I said it. What you need to do is get back.
You know what's funny? Tony Hatch, Joey's lady, she said, yeah, I said it, LOL, so I had to do it.
I knew that's who you were playing it for. I knew it. Tony was on Facebook last year, and she was on YouTube last week, and she's on YouTube today or Facebook today. Welcome back, Tony.
Paul Rossi says, I hope that sandwich is as good as Jarrod made it sound.
You're gonna be munching all game long. Open it up, see what's inside. Be like, oh yeah, I picked all that.
Stop him, Swank.
Joey says, I think that the quarterbacks we are facing this year will be looking up at the stars more than downfield. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Let's not forget the quarterbacks that are in our AFC East division. Zach Wilson, Tua, turn the ball over, and Mac Jones. Those guys
turn the ball over.
All right, guys, we got one more here. All right.
Yes.
Over or under 2 touchdown returns from kickoffs or punts?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll say this right now. The fans picked under. Scott, why don't you go ahead and give us all the history and what your feelings are about this?
Well, when I put out this poll, I had a lot more in mind than just the opening kickoff or the second half kickoff, because I don't believe the opposing teams will be kicking off that often, because I do believe our defense is going to be that legit. When I thought about this post, let me start off by saying there was only one team that had 2 kickoff returns last year, those Minnesota Vikings. And then there were only 2 punt returns actually taken for touchdowns last year total. So it's a hard feat. It definitely is, especially with the rule changes to kickoff and all that stuff. But understand this. Punt God is now on our team, okay? So by any means we struggle, he's going to pin the other team inside the 10, correct? Our defense is as legit can be, potentially the best defense we've ever seen. They're going to force a lot of teams to punt the ball from deep within their opponent's side of the field. So I don't think of it more as a kickoff return, because I think that'll be limited. But I'm thinking we're going to have so many opportunities as far as punt return goes, catching the ball at the 50, where the angles are a lot different. There's only 50 yards you got to run as opposed to 80 or 90. You won't get winded. So Isaiah McKenzie, Marquez Stevenson, Tavon Austin, those guys get top speed. Good luck catching them. I'm telling you this much for free. Arise is going to pin them. Defense is going to stop them. We're going to have so many opportunities to catch the ball at the 50 and still in their side of the field for punt return for touchdowns. I first thought it was going to be under, but I for sure think it's going to be over this year.
Ooh.
There's just so much potential.
I got to say, if I can cut in, I think that we don't know who it's going to be. I want to go over because of Tavon. I want him to make the team. I want him to be that specialist guy. We know that McDermott's willing to do that because of Andre Roberts, right? I think that there's a place for that where he will specifically put a guy there just to do that, to keep everyone else out of harm's way. I don't know if we're ever going to know exactly who it's going to be before like the 3rd or 4th preseason game. Like you might not know until week 1. And I'm sure they'll keep it under wraps, but like training camp, man, that's going to be a fun thing. If any of you guys are coming to St. John Fisher to check out training camp, it'll be a fun thing to watch, because there's got to be 4 guys that are going to be competing for that, right? At least.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my vote was under, but I'm a play it safe kind of guy. I don't gamble with my money, you know what I'm saying? So that's it. What do you got, Jerry?
I think what you have to consider is the opportunity. And Scott, I think, hit it on the head with that. If we have a punter that can pin them back, and we have an offense that can score on will, and we have a defense that can stop an offense, getting the ball punted you at the 50-yard line many times, often, is an opportunity that when you have opportunity, you have the ability to make that successful. So I think the opportunity is going to be the big factor, and I think we're going to get a lot of them. So definitely over 2+. Isaiah McKenzie, he's a veteran back there. He just has to hold on to the ball a little bit better, but I think he's going to be the guy this year, and I definitely think it's going to be 2 and above, because he's going to get a lot of opportunity. How many times did I say opportunity?
Enough. You're taking the opportunity to take advantage.
You really did take that opportunity to be opportunistic.
I did. So
like, did you know Andre Roberts was the 2nd best average per yard kick returner last year? He played for I think Shit, I can't remember.
Texans?
Texans, and he was also on another team. 27.3 yards a return. He is one of the guys that had a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's still doing this thing. Houston and the Chargers, I think he played for.
Wow, man. Yeah, he's getting old.
He's still doing it.
I still don't understand why Bean didn't keep him around for that little money. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess, like, to contradict what I said earlier, like, why have a guy that just does that? But also, we see what that's worth, right? Like, how many times did you hold your breath after a punt or a kickoff? You know what I mean? Waiting to see what was going to happen unless Micah was back there. And then you held your breath hoping that Micah didn't take it back.
Fair catch.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, there's value there. I think where this team's at right now, and I have nothing but respect for special teams. It's a huge part of the game. But I think that position is a little bit devalued because right now we're in the mindset where we just want Josh Allen to get the ball and we don't give a shit where it's at. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Before it was like, get him as many yards as you can. And now it's just get it in his hands, you know? So
we want to see Josh Allen running out on the field after a punt or a kick.
Yeah, that's it. So, man, this was definitely a fun exercise, man. Great polls. Great get.
Good get. Great get.
You know?
Lady Bills is here, guys.
Hey, what's up, Lady Bills?
Hey, Lady
What's up,
Bills.
Lady
Welcome,
Bills? Hey.
welcome.
Lady Bills, if you didn't know, you can leave a comment like you did, and you could win that Jarius Byrd card right there that's signed, his rookie card. You know, it's either below me or it's right there next to me. And you know, all you beautiful people out there in comment land, you can do that no matter where you're from. Facebook, YouTube's, Twitch, Twitter. Doesn't matter. I'm looking
Orlando.
at Orlando,
Minnesota.
What?
You want to know something? For any of you guys who've never met Lady Bills or Buffalo Spartan or Bill's dad or Bill's kid, you can come out to the regular season Rager September 3rd here in Manchester, New York at Reinvention Brewery to meet every one of these super fans. Now's the time, right? We're having like a pep rally, guys. We're having a regular season Rager at Reinvention. Going to be a great time. We got food, we got booze, we've got a show, we've got a live band, we've got giveaways, and we're doing everything for Help One Foundation. That's going to be helping us out with Shout for a Cause Inc. will be helping us out with that. So you want to meet all these super fans? You want to meet us? You want to meet other Crazy Bills fans? September 3rd, and there's a event already out on 24/7 Buff Pandemonium's page.
Oh hell yeah! I'm sure that there's going to be a couple chugs.
Yeah.
Buffalo Spartan's probably going to crack his helmet. Lady Bill says she was door dashing tonight. Lady Bills.
I saw that. No one's leaving tips.
No
one's leaving tips. Are you sure?
Are you
crazy? I mean,
do you deliver to Phelps, Finger Lakes area? 3 hours away? Could you do that? Patrick says,
Swank, apparently you missed the MySpace there.
What about MySpace? Oh yeah, MySpace. Oh. Oh, hey, what are you doing on the MySpace there, huh? Oh,
you got the music.
Joey
and the
Hatch, let
profiles.
everybody know where it's going to be. It's Reinvention Brewery in Manchester, New York. It's exit 43 off the Shortsville exit, and
Right
legit down the road on Route 21, about a mile. You can't miss them. They'll also be sharing breaking out one of their beers for our show too, which is gonna be
Super
awesome.
Fanatic Cream Ale. Listen, I just posted, if you're in the Facebook comments, which seems to be where most of our comments come from, I just posted a link to the event. So please click, share, tell us if you're coming or not. We'd love to meet you. Another thing, I don't think did we say where it came from or not, the Diggs jersey? Our boy Paul Rossi, unfortunately, can't make it to the Rager this year.
All right.
And he was awesome enough to donate a signed Diggs home jersey for you to
nice
win.
Little sweet Stephon Diggs jersey for sure.
So it costs $5 to get in, and that $5 enters you to win that. And you can buy as many other tickets as you want beyond that. But just to show up, just to buy your entry ticket in, you could win a Stephon Diggs signed, authenticated home jersey. And how great would that be? Just a couple days before the Buffalo Bills destroy the Los Angeles Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't think of a better way.
No, I can't either. And
You
that
see
won't
what
be
Lady
the only.
Bills just wrote? I shall
won't be
not
the
be
only
in
thing.
costume so I can drink. If you guys are coming out of town, I suggest that you look up the hotels and motels around the area and get booked now, because that's going to be Labor Day weekend, and Finger Lakes is a great spot for people to come out and visit. So there's one right by the thruway exit 43, and there's some in Canandaigua, which is only 10 minutes down the road. So if you plan on coming out, look into those so you guys can stay.
Peter Chapman gave us the sign here. You won one of our cards there, Peter. So
Hell
we'll be
yeah.
hitting you up for your address here soon.
Yes, sir.
Ray McLeod.
Oh, a little Ray.
Yeah.
Buffalo Spartan wants to know what my AIM handle is. Chickum. Let's see. 12th Man Mafia, 1,958 members, almost to the 2,000 mark. Go Bills. Go help out our boy Joey Hatch and his page, the 12th Man Mafia, and help him get over 2,000. He's been a huge supporter of us for a long time. Dan, bro, never been more bummed to be in Los Angeles. Hey, man, don't worry. A couple months, you're going to be really excited to be there. Josh Cook, I won't let my mom buy any tickets so you all can have a chance this year.
Yeah.
Josh's
For those of you who
mom-
don't know,
Yeah, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Josh's mom was part of the regular season Rage, our first annual last year. She showed up a little late, bought a couple tickets, and won two of the jerseys that we were
I think she
giving
bought
away.
2 tickets. She
Bought
bought
two
two tickets and won 2
Yep.
jerseys.
And
Yeah.
of course, mom didn't want anything to do with them, so she gave them to son Josh.
She wanted to wear them. She did want to wear them.
And we
then
we told her that she could not run, or she could not wear a Color Rush Josh Allen autographed, authenticated jersey. Josh was very adamant about that.
Yep.
Yeah, Peter, man, congratulations. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Patrick Hughes, man. Patrick is all about the beer chugs, man. He said, beer chugs if we get 12th man over 2,000 next week's show. Yep, hell yeah. You get over 2,000, we'll do it. We'll do a chug next week.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, let's
We
do
haven't
it.
done a chug in a while.
Yeah. What else we got here? Joey Hatch, I will always be Buffalo 24/7 Class Act. Best thing going out there. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Joey.
Let's see. All right. Well, let's see here. What do you got for some closing thoughts there, Scooter Magooter?
Closing thoughts. This is the lull time of year. We're not going to have another practice, I don't think, till July 24th when they're at St. John Fisher. For those of you never been, go out there. Support St. John Fisher. They're a wonderful college. I think they're a university now. They changed their name. But it's good things there. We listen to the guys at camp talk about St. John Fisher. It's a time where they can bond, where they can get together and just be focused on one another. And I'm telling you guys, we always get a great turnout there. Rochester, Finger Lakes area, we represent. And that's part of the reason why I think they're out there, is because they want to give thanks to us. So go out there, be loud, be proud. Lots of things to do there, eat, little events, and watching the practice for sure. It's a great place to go. And I'm gonna make it out there a couple times. I've got a 5-year-old that would love to see Josh Allen throw the ball. So, yep, St. John Fisher University, I believe it is. Hit them up, go watch them.
Hell yeah. We're gonna try and sneak in with my portable board too and do a little live stream.
Show from the sidelines.
Running from the cops. What do you got, Jerry?
Yeah, like Scott said earlier tonight, he started the show off with, Mr. Kent Hall and Steve Tasker. Those 49 guys voting in the Hall of Fame need to get their crap together and get those 2 in. Well deserving. I'll say it again, Steve Tasker, 7-time All-Pro at his position. There's no reason why he shouldn't be in there. Kent Hall, blocked for Thurman Thomas for multiple 1,000-yard rushing yards, blocked for Jim Kelly, multiple over 3,000 passing yard seasons. That man deserves to get in there with a complex offense such as the K-Gun. So Kent Hall, Steve Tasker, get your stuff together and get them in. I can't wait to talk Bills football with everybody next week. Again, it's going to be fun. I can't wait to see you there. And all 3 of us are wearing the nice red shirts today. These are the colors. Love you guys.
Yep.
Go Bills.
Big up to our boy, Paul Rossi, who says, can't wait to secretly watch the Rager during the wedding reception that he's going to. So... forever and always,
We love you, Paul.
one of our favorites, man. Thanks so much. Listen, You guys have been great tonight. Thanks for participating in the polls. Keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting, keep showing up, keep giving us this great time, man. You guys are awesome. Held up well over 20s all night on Facebook.
Nice.
You guys are the shit. You can catch us every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the K-Gun Report, live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, Twitter, MySpace, Friendster, AOL, AIM, / Craigslist, everywhere that you want to be. You know what I mean? Podcast-wise, you can hear us. You can hear us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, anywhere you listen to that. I'm going to put this show up tonight, hopefully. I'm like right on it now, boy. Week to week, you can listen to it, boy, and it's there, and people be listening. That's nice. That's real nice of y'all.
Swank, tell everybody what we're talking about next week.
Next week, we are ranking coaches, and we might have a special guest, a special favorite guest of ours. Mm-hmm. And we are ranking coaches first to worst from Marv Levy to current. So I can spoil all of this for you right now and say number 1 is going to be Sean McDermott on all of our lists. But listen, we'll be putting out. I put out a Twitter about it a while ago. I'm sure we'll re-up it and do like another post and a poll. But man, some of the names on that list, we got to figure out, because Jarrod was all about including the interim coaches, and we can do that. We just got to figure out the rules of the rankings. You know what I'm saying? So if they're going to be there, they're going to be there. But yeah, make sure you participate in that and hang out. It's going to be a great time, as always, because you guys are going to be there. So, yeah.
And tune in next week, because we're going to let everybody know who the winner of this is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pandemonium, Wheel of Destiny.
Yeah. Jerry with a Jerry.
Jarius.
Awesome. Great show, guys.
Right. Go ahead. Give him the Go Bills, buddy.
Go Bills!
Go Bills!
Go Bills!
This is a dangerous group.